let's go to the wing.
What
you gonna say?
She actually forgot to say let's go to LLA because I don't know if you have beach here in Ibadan.
You have something close.
We have a lake beach.
And then there's a boat cruise kind of.
Yeah, it's a boat cruise.
I've not been there actually, so I don't know what to call it.
I've been there, but I have phobia for water, so I've never ridden. But yeah,
it's Saturday. They've already given you somewhere you can go to. Wow,
that's the time. That's the time.
Yeah,
permits,
no, you have
actually.
to go
Don't go this evening. No, go in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Ladies Lounge on Splash 105.5 FM. We are excited that you've joined us this beautiful day, and we hope that you are having a very, very fantastic weekend. My name is Folakemi Mighty.
And I am Ibukonluwa Olagunju, but you can call me Omajuwa.
And I am Alemunjemi Oluwatimila.
I need to go to react. That was why I gave the long one. You could have just disappointed me and not react. Like, I don't get it.
Move on.
Bifa, or you don't want blessings of God.
The more beautiful, the longer the name. Actually.
My name is Oluwatumilara Dada. Torina ni mo se wa dupe.
Alright, just in case you're wondering, do just keep it short. It's Splash 105.5, and we're excited once again. And we're back on the Ladies Lounge. It's always an exciting, time where we have deep talk and very, very fantastic conversation. We invite you to join us on all our social media platforms. We have our Facebook, we are on YouTube, we are on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on X. But I like to just stick to my Twitter, actually. So you can always, at any point during this conversation, drop your comment. Would love to read from you. And we, of course, appreciate the feedbacks that we get from everyone. Join the train. We are the ladies of the Ladies Live.
Yes, we are. And
funny enough, you should go and check us out, honestly, because it's blowing in the
Everybody's
studio
today.
Different shades of
representing
Splash in the good way.
And we didn't even plan it.
Okay, so today we have another great conversation that will
carry me inside my stomach.
Good.
It blew me away. Blew my mind.
Did you guys hear what I said actually?
Today we're having something serious conversation.
Okay.
Of course, it is always a great conversation. Don't worry. They know.
You listen right now. You heard what I mean. I didn't hear you, but let's move on.
So
don't worry. Let's move on.
Wow.
What are we talking about today?
Okay. Give it to us.
Okay, so for today, we want to discuss one important factor in relationship, but let's stick to serious relationship actually,
no jokes
and that's
here.
the age difference between a man and a woman. But this time, I think we want to stick to the woman being older than the man. What's your take about this? Sometimes, love comes in before you even remember that, boy,
I can't relate, bro, but continue.
Well, for some reason, I can relate, but I will not say it's a personal experience. Just in case you are guessing it's a personal experience.
How do you say you've already entered before you find out that you're older than the person?
Okay, now.
What are you guys talking about? You're not talking about your age before you start the relationship.
And
you say that it's a serious relationship.
For me, age is not it might be a factor, but not a serious factor that I'm not going to lose love because of age.
It's not about losing. I am saying that before you get into a serious relationship, how will you not know the person's age? What are you guys? When there are phases, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about serious relationship. There is the phase of meeting the person. There's the phase of getting to know the person. There is I think they refer to that as talking stage. Yes. And then there is the new phase where you guys are testing whatever you're testing before you now move to we are now serious phase. So how did you get to the we are serious phase without knowing the person's age? What are you guys talking about?
Now maybe I should just rephrase. I might know your age, but it really doesn't matter to me.
So I think that someone like Oma probably wants to ask you all of those questions.
So what do you want to do with the age? Does it mean that it matters to you if you are older than the man?
I can't be
older. Talk to me, girl.
See, I feel like at the end of this conversation, is that somebody hugs me or somebody throws me a slippers?
Okay. I think option B.
I'll do both.
Option B for me.
I'll first throw you this.
I am going to find out your age, right? Because if I'm being honest, I've dated someone that I was older than, and I've dated some, of course, people that are older than me, and I think that's my space. people that are older than me. And the truth is,
you're more comfortable with
yeah,
people older
apart
than
from that self, while growing up, I've always had people that are older
around
asking me out and all of that.
Babe,
Talkless of dating.
So that you know, ask you out. I know, like no
Opa, wash me gently.
Go and check her out.
Wash me gently.
Just in case you are in the kitchen, go and check her out.
So for me, yeah, you have to be older.
So when it comes to age and me being older than the guy, I think I'd have a problem with that. And it will not be because I don't value whatever love you're giving me. I think it'll be because I feel like right now, I think I'm also young. So why do I want to go lower than where I already am?
Maybe teenage.
You know, so I'm 17 and then I'm not looking to date somebody that is maybe 15. I'm back,
a toddler.
you know. But I'm at the point in my life where I still think I need to date someone older. So if it happens that tomorrow I feel like, it was maybe let me mention the ages that I think maybe we are older. Maybe
the age difference?
Yeah, so if the lady is 30 and guy is 28, it's not bad. The guy is 34, the lady is 36. It's not bad. But maybe we are 17.
You know, that brings me to these G's that came that was on social media during the course of the week. And that's one of the Nigerian comedian or skit maker, I'm not sure, Wofa. And one of a supposed popular family in Lagos, you know, calls and all that. And then the man says she's 38 and the guy is 30. That's 8 years difference. Please, for me, I wouldn't really know if there's an undertone. I wouldn't know if the man, because I think from the gist, the dad and the mom are not really together. So the mom supported the marriage and all that. I'm not sure if the difference in age was really the bone of contention.
It was part of it.
Some of the family members might not be comfortable with.
There were a lot of factors for the Wofa father's dynamic.
But
there
let's
was
not
the
go.
age factor.
There's the boot.
Okay, a lot. But let's focus on the age.
Okay.
Go too far into that story.
Okay.
But so for that, I think 8 years a difference is a lot. You know, it brings me to the Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas. You know, she's 30. I think she was 30. He was 20.
Okay.
And they got married.
Okay.
And they've had a blissful marriage since then. And I feel like it's just one of the few that know how to make it work. And one of my reasons would be that some guys don't enjoy being treated less. And some people also don't know how to handle situations. So it happens that if there's ever any argument,
oh my God.
If there's ever any argument, the guy might want to say, it's because you're older than I am. That's why you're talking to me like this. Something that somebody that is 10 years younger than you will say to you, and you say, don't talk to me, I'm older than you. But because you know that this lady is older than you are, so she says to you,
so any
what you just did,
you do, you know,
so maybe you do something, and then she says, this one that you just, please don't ever do it again. Like, hey, she treated me like her younger brother. She's
because
being really
unnecessary
sensitivity. Exactly. Exactly. Honestly.
Now, I have different angles to it. First, I don't want to mention him, imagine the case of the 38 years and the 30. If it was like 28 and or let me say, imagine the girl
it was 32, 28.
Yes, they might not have an issue because they feel that, okay, a girl of 38, our biological clock is already clicking.
Yeah.
What if she has problem conceiving?
It's a lot of factors.
You know that Aladdin's wife is older than him, right?
No, let's
a lot. Even stands it.
I think we should we should try to draw point as to the reasons why age might come as important factors, right? For me, it's one of the things that Mighty just touched on, which is the biology. And, you know, biology will stem from the culture that we find ourselves as well. In this part of the world where it is believed that one of the benefit of being married is children. A woman being able to conceive and then having children. One of the concerns that comes to the fore when the woman is older, especially as old as 38, that the context that we're using, is that what's up with the biological clock of the lady?
Yes.
How sure are we that lady can still is not quarter to menopause?
God will not help her. Sorry, if she had kids before, they'll say, she's not having kids now. She wants to settle with a younger girl or a younger guy.
Thinking about the guy's, child. So these are the things that.
And another factor for me is that area of respect. You understand? Okay, so imagine I was dating someone who I'm older than now. For me, maybe usually, even if you were older than me, I'll talk to you in
Like
some
that,
type of way. You'll be conscious, except the person is very reasonable. That's when you will not feel that, oh, is it because you're older than me? You know, all those kind of guy shut up or the,
You know,
those kind of things. If you say to a guy that
you're older than,
it might feel
if the
like
guy is not someone who understands that these things are things you can say to someone that is even older than you are.
Especially if the family members interfering in your relationship. They will say,
you know,
and all of that. They might even call you and say that, we expect that you reason better now. You know. But for me, I think maturity is key. If you ask me personally, in any relationship, we have a lot of adagba danus. Permit me to use that word. You understand? There are some people that you be asking them, but adagba now, you understand? And there's some very, very young guys or younger guys that they will handle the relationship as though that's what they came to this world to command.
I think when it comes to age, I usually liken it to a woman having more money than a man. When it comes to the respect angle, it comes also from money. So if this person older than you are is also richer, then there's a problem. Because
if the woman is richer and older,
then there's a big problem. That's a really big problem.
And not necessarily the one being created by the woman. It might be from the man as well. Because when it comes to men's ego, right, there are factors that threaten men's ego the most.
Yes.
And the two that I can think of are the ones that Timina just mentioned.
Yeah.
Their financial stability
and the age.
And the respect angle. So now imagine that it's more like the woman is the one wielding power. And it brings me back to our environment again. How our environment is patriarchal in nature. A man is expected to be the leader of the home.
Family,
and when you are the head of the home, these are the things that contribute to you being the help, you being the provider, you being the protector, you being the more experienced. You know, you've seen so much, and you're able to do that. You know, use that wealth of experience to, what's the word now? Lead the family. But now you are with somebody that has seen more than you, and God forbid the person is even more than 5 years older than.
We're not going to lie that age comes with the experience, comes with the age.
Yeah,
but sometimes it really does.
And that takes me to this thing about.
I subscribe to the school of thought that age is not maturity. I agree, but sometimes you cannot. You cannot dump the experiences that comes with age. Age might not be maturity, but it does contribute to maturity. Because there are some things that, even though I may not be wise enough to have picked while I was experiencing those things, the fact that I've been there before, there's a way that subconsciously it comes to me, contributes to my maturity as a person. So you cannot dump it.
Yeah, I think I've once dated some guy. I won't say the age difference, so people will not say I know it. Let's move on. You know, and I must tell you, there were times he would do something and I'll be like, no, sure more, right?
Honestly, see, sometimes it is subconscious. I mean, it is unconscious. You did not start out to want to say, but you just think about like, wait, what am I even doing here? Because sometimes that's the way we can begin to imagine it. And if it continues to go like that, it can eventually lead to the end of the relationship.
I'm talking about subconsciousness. It brings me to knowing oneself. Know what works for you. Know
what you can
how
handle.
you operate. The relationship that I was saying that I was older than the person, I didn't intend for. There's some things that you know that oh my God, that was the sense. But you know that was not the intention. There's just the conditioning of the mind that the person that I'm with has to be older than me. And it's not because I feel like it's just an expectation. Maybe because I subscribe to the school of thought that says that women are, I think, about 5 years, between 4 and 5 years psychologically older than men.
Even usually.
Yeah, so I subscribe to that school of thought. So if you as a 30-year-old lady, you are with a 34-35-year-old guy, you guys are of the same age psychologically. Yeah, so I subscribe to that school of thought. So coming back to what I said, is understanding what works for you. And me finding out that I am of that school of thought. And also I like when I am with somebody and the person is able to have some wealth of experience. Like, okay, I've been here, not like you are saying A and the person is hearing Z. Like, what are we talking about?
And then, with the age difference also, let's also talk about sexual compatibility. Now, imagine that you're dating your 30 imagine that you're 40 and you're dating a guy that you are almost a decade older than. His sex drive, his desires, the things that interest him might be different.
Of course.
They say that when some women are
here.
40 also, they say that I really don't know. I've not read it, but it might be true that your sex drive is higher. If the guy is at that age where he's chasing money, he doesn't have time for all of those things and all of that. There will be.
I believe
so there's a lot of problems.
That one. I told you that you throw me slippers or you hug me.
At the end of
This one.
Let me hug you in advance first. So that when I tell you
this one, I believe that it's just individual differences. Because I believe that a lot of factors contribute to how exposed you are sexually, which will be the things that you've explored. And the things that you have not been to. Not necessarily because you are 30. Some people are 30 and they do other things than... what's the time? 5:45.
Okay.
30 minutes to 6. To 6, yeah? Okay. So, you understand? So, it depends on the exposure.
Your wealth of knowledge.
Your wealth of experience now.
An exposure.
Do you understand? Than the age that you are in. I hope you got the message. I can't say more than that.
And when it comes to...
It's to 6 away.
Proverb.
When it comes to taking responsibilities at home, it might also be a factor and a problem. So maybe when the kids come back from school, or this thing that we said is about how that the man should also cook, the man should also pick up the kids, the man should also do this one. If you begin to want to enforce those things at home, it might come off as you trying to be the head. You're trying to be the head over him. Lord yourself.
There's a way that you are walking on eggshells
around this person.
Being careful.
That's if the person cannot handle their emotions. And trust me, let's do 28 to 40.
So what would you say?
Thank you.
Even if we're
go ahead.
Oh God. If we're going to say that there is no problem, you can do whatever works for you. Do you think that there are limits? And if there's a limit, what do you think should be the limit? Is it 1 year? Is it 2 years? Is it 10 years? Like age difference between a guy and a woman?
I think Tumi, Omajuwa.
I think I already said 28 to 40 is a stretch. 10 years is a stretch. Okay. So maybe 1. If 1 year.
Auntie?
No, honestly, for me.
2 years?
2, no.
3 years?
1.
4?
1 year now.
1 year, that's the max.
No. For me.
Wait, the woman being older or the man being older?
The woman, the man being older can be as old as he wants to be. But
so it's wait, before we leave that, a man being older, it can be 30 years older.
No, a woman being older.
No,
a man being older.
Okay.
No.
20?
Yes, so I read the story last week that is fueling my motivation.
Tell me.
Shade Okoya and her husband.
Oh God. Oh, that's
38 years different.
That's an extreme.
It's not extreme.
Well, maybe
it's not extreme.
I'm sorry,
please.
I take it back. That is a different case.
I'm just saying
not
that
a usual case.
Me, I don't mind. I just
for a man, Abby,
to be older.
For a woman to be older first.
My own is 1 year. To be honest, 1 year. At least 1 year. What is it? You should ask the man.
Okay, for me, it's the max. I think the max is 10. I can deal with someone I'm 10 years older than. I can deal with someone I'm 5 years older than. But to back into 10, 11, 12 law. So the man being older now, what would you say the limit?
How
old am I now? Okay, I can still deal with 25. I can still deal with 30.
What can you do with?
Knowing what can you
deal
I want to faint. I want to faint my teeth.
No one now.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so before I'm not trying to escape, right? Yeah. But the reason why I asked you guys is, what would you say? Let's just list them out. Don't let us spend so much time on them.
Okay.
What would you say when you were thinking about it? The factors that you were thinking of that made you say that, this age is still okay. This age is still okay. This age is still okay.
Okay, having dealt with that person, I will say that, of course, it's mature. I will say that I naturally or easily have respect for him. Do you understand?
What would you say at putting tons to interview? But let's get the point.
Thank you for asking that question. That's a very good.
Thank you very much.
What would you say was the mark of you saying, men say, oh, you don't respect me. You don't have regard for me. But there are some things that make a woman naturally respectful, that make a woman naturally submissive. What would you say are those things that made you say that, this person, no matter the age, is still worthy of the respect.
If the guy is protective over me, if he has my best interest at heart,
you respect him.
You have my respect anytime.
Okay.
I like responsible guys and guys that can always protect me no matter what.
All right.
You know, I'll be a soldier for you. I'll just.
God.
Cool.
For me, it should be if a person is respectable themselves. Because maybe as time goes on, I can say I can date somebody a lot younger than I am. But it will be that the person is also respectable. So if at 28, he's also not organizing his life. He's probably not trying to make it work, He's just trying to maybe still got a girlfriend. Then I probably not respect.
But let's not forget that respecting too. I'm sorry to cut you short. Is reciprocal.
That's what I'm saying. It has to go both ways. You have to respect me. You have
just in case you are planning to
be worthy of collecting respect. To be honest, you should be able to. People should see you and want to respect you. I mean, from the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. Because for me, even if you are 10 years younger, when you carry yourself, let them not be saying it's like she came with her younger brother. It's like she came with her son.
Exactly.
It's like
the way your outlook, your dressing, the way you talk, your way of reasoning. Oga, don't come and disgrace me. I know I've said I want to date because I'm 20 years older than you.
Okay, for me, really, the first one would be the school.
Sorry, bless you.
Bless. For me, really, it would be one of the things that I touched on. That would be number one for me. The school of thoughts that I subscribe to. So if I'm subscribing to the school of thought that a man is 4 or 5 years behind psychologically, that means you have to be
older,
4 or 5 older than me before you can even be my age. If that makes sense. Okay. So you have to be older.
Me, I'm even up for dating somebody older than I am.
And you know what they say about the older the wine, the juicier it is. That being said,
your sweet wine.
There's also the part of maturity, right?
Yes.
I'm a big fan of you speaking my language. I don't want to have to over-explain myself.
And sometimes people the funny thing is that a person that is older than you definitely knows how to treat you better.
Do you understand?
Let's
not necessarily, Joe.
Most times. No, I know that.
We're talking about people that put work into themselves.
People who have decided to make themselves better. They know how to be gentle, to be kind, to give gifts. You don't have to tell them to call you. You don't have to fight for attention. You don't have to be competing who will call who first. Those are things that you'll be finding in someone. Yes, honestly. But you know that some people, because they are not old enough, they don't even have the experience. So I think I was having a conversation with a friend. I was telling her how that there are some guys that are used to being given gifts. So they don't even know how to give. But for someone who is old enough to know that even your friends, you gift them. Even people maybe that work with you or work for you, you give them. The person's partner will not be wondering on Valentine's Day or on your birthday. It will not be a guy that will tell you every day is a day of love. We'll go and check Twitter. That's what they are saying there. You will not be
somebody that has a mind of his own.
Exactly. That will not be swayed.
Talking about that, right? I feel like the decision about whether to date somebody older than one as a woman or not, I think it also comes back to age that one is at.
Yes,
at the
I think I started with that.
I am at that age where it is very, very delicate for me to date somebody that is younger, especially way younger than I am, because age, I believe, especially in this part of the world, it contributes to the phase in which a man is at. And we're talking about serious relationship now. Dating somebody way younger might imply that person is probably still looking for direction with his life, still probably still looking for stability, still probably is still in his wobe phase. Among other things that person is still having to struggle with and all of that. And as much as I believe in contributing to growth of your partner, nobody has to carry that kind of baggage if she doesn't want to carry it, really.
To be honest, literal words.
You know, for me, I honestly want to say that for you, your sense of a man just has to be a man no matter the age. Do you understand? I mean, away from there's a personal experience I really don't want to talk about, but you know, I've met a couple of younger people that when they don't tell you their age, you be like, I'm not saying that you should drop your age. Do you understand? So
recently,
because the maturity is already there.
The maturity was there.
Yes,
but the person was way younger.
So you have to now say no.
But the maturity is still how pass. Let's go.
But maturity is key. There are a lot of very, very old people. I just want to, I'm not saying in their 70s or 60s. I'm saying some people, you look at them, I'm like, so you cannot undo this situation as old as you are. You understand? But still, we cannot rule out the fact that this society, in fact, if you as a woman, you're older than your man, it will take you a long time to let people know.
Yes. Thank you for taking us there. Let's wrap up. We've already wrapped up this part of the dating phase. Let's now move into the marriage phase, because sometimes how we say certain things that often when one gets into that particular picture, you just might find yourself having a different thought entirely. Let's bring it into the marriage. Whether we like it or not, I'll come back to this part of the world. The man is the head. The woman is the neck, like they say. So when it comes to being the head, one of the things that contribute is finance, is maturity, is experience, is age. And on this show also, we've also talked about how marriage is not just about me and my husband. It's also about the family as well.
Absolutely.
Let's come to family.
Except for Tumisha.
Let's come to family. Let's come to family. Do you think a typical, especially Southwestern African parent mother, thank you, will say, oh, your wife is older than you, 5 years, 6 years, you are good, my son, you guys love each other, you are good. Do you think that the family will not even become another headache that will come with the age difference for such couples?
Definitely. I think that's where maturity still comes in, because it takes the man to be able to protect his wife against
his own family.
It's important though, not against his family, but at least protect your woman.
Let's just say from these voices, because they will eventually come. So if you cannot stand up for your wife in the presence of your family members, then she's definitely exposed to their criticisms.
Wearing the size 38 or 39 or 40 of the mother, you understand? I imagine my son saying that, oh, mommy, this is my girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, what does she do? Blah, 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 how old is she? Okay. How far now? You understand?
Yeah.
And he now tries to convince her, no, she's not like that. She's done this. And then if I spend few time with the lady and I see that, oh, okay, maybe she's not pretending. Maybe because everybody wants their sons to be respected and put in their proper place. Of course, as a mother at first, I might first frown at it, but not like I'll say no. All of those is no. I'm not going to go to that extreme, but I'm just going to give them time, study them, and see, and then they have my blessings.
And if that child,
although it's difficult from an average for an average mother,
it is. But if that child is able to stand up for what he thinks is right, I think I've said it before, then every other person will fall in place. But when they say, she's too old, though, take her away, and say, and my family. That's what, she started with, I don't want to lose love because of age. Because I don't know that's what is going to happen. Because you feel like, oh, she's a lot older than you are, and then you eventually lose that relationship because you're trying to obey, trying to listen to what people will say. Because at the end of the day, it is not about people. It is you and the person against everybody else.
Okay, that's our cue actually, and then I think we'll just leave. But honestly, today's episode is important to us. Drop your comments. Have you ever dated, as a woman, have you dated someone whom you're older than? And as a man, have you dated someone that is way, that you're older than? Actually. And what are your regrets? What are the advantages? We love to read from you. Whatever it is, respect is important in relationship. Understanding is very, very important. And true love, which is very scarce these days, is important in every relationship.
What I will say to wrap up this thought about the angle that we came in from is, as much as you can put in so much work into yourself as the lady who is older, and know that despite the fact that this man is older, younger than me, this person is not my younger brother. This person is my head. As far as you can consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously still be able to see that person as the authority, as the head of the home, why not? Exactly. And as much as to me that I was saying that fight for your family,
not against your family. Fight for your woman, not against your family. I'm going
to pause.
Now you can be how you go take
it's not fight your family for your wife. Stand up for what you think is right and makes you happy.
And whatever's going to give you peace of mind. Yes.
Yes. What I was going to say that I said I will not say again, let me just say is that as much as you want to stand for your woman, hear them out.
Of course.
Know if they have logical reasons. Know if they have valid, and like we started with, once you have a mind of your own, there's a way that you're able to discern if there are genuine concerns and if can be worked out or not.
And if they are genuine, then you can go back to that your older partner. You guys should talk it out
See how
and have an
things
agreement.
can
But
go.
if you continue like this, not let you go. We love that you listen to us, and we are so grateful. Do not forget to drop comments on all our social media platforms, and of course, I'm sure you're not going to take it away from Splash 105.5 FM. Thank you for hanging out with us on the Ladies Lounge today. My name is Folakemi Mighty. Thank you.
The full video is on YouTube at Splash FM 1055. Catch ya next Saturday by 5:30. I am Omajuwa.
I am Tumi Lara at Demojime. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.